All right, I'm back again. So as I was saying, we did our paper, we folded it, now it wants us to solve. You can use the model to solve the problem. Count the rows, count the parts in each row. There are 4 rows of 4 parts. Use multiplication to check that there are 16 parts in all. Okay, I'm going to draw my lines on here just so you can see them a little bit better. Okay, you see them a little bit better now. Actually, let me make this a bigger screen so you can see them now. Okay, just like that. All right, back. All right. Count the rows, count the parts in each row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 4 in each row. So we know that's 16. Perfect. Now you will solve the problem from the previous page. How many rows are on Brett's paper? Well, we just kind of answered that. So we said 4 rows. And Brett colors 1 row of his paper. What fraction part of the whole paper is 1 row? Alrighty. Did I read that right? Brett colors 1 row of his paper. What fraction of the whole paper is 1 row? All right, so we need to color in 1 part. Remember, I don't have red, but I'm going to use my pen. You can probably hear me coloring. Okay, so he colored a little bit better so you can see it. Okay, colored 1 row up top. Can you see it? I'll even make it bigger. There. Okay. So now what fraction is colored? 1 what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1/4. So we are going to write in here 1/4 of his paper is colored. And it wants us to explain why. So we know that 1/4 is colored, and we know that there are 4 rows in his maybe we'll put on his paper. So if 1 of the rows is colored, 1/4 of his paper is colored. Boom, just like that. All right, did Brett color 1/4 of the paper? Yes, he did. How else could Brett have colored 1/4 of the paper? Well, I'm going to make this a big screen again so you can see mine. Okay, so we had this colored. Now, what if this wasn't colored? How could we do 1/4? Well, we have 4 on this side as well, so we could color in 1 column instead of row this time. So we could put, he could color in 1 of his columns. To color 1/4 of the paper red, does Brett have to color 4 parts that are next to each other? Ooh. No, he does not have to color parts next to each other because 4 parts shaded or colored is still 1/4 of And these ones are a little bit harder to understand. So I understand if you have trouble with these, it's okay, trust me. They are a little tough. All right. Now, use what you just learned about dividing rectangles to solve these problems. Show your work on a separate sheet of paper. If you have a separate sheet of paper, go for it. If you do not, follow along with me, and yeah, we'll just get through it, okay? All right, divide this rectangle into 8 equal parts. So before we get to that next question, let's divide it. I want to do smaller lines, so we need 8. So let's see. 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I want to undo that. Sorry, I wanted to do the middle. Okay, so now we have looks like 4 columns and 2 rows. What fraction of the whole rectangle is each part? Well, each part is 1/8. Draw a rectangle from problem 7. Show a different way to divide it into 8 equal parts. What fraction of the whole rectangle is each part? Okay, so we're going to draw this because we're going to show it differently. Now we're going to draw 1. Wow, let's erase that. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so show a different way to divide it into 8. What fraction of the whole rectangle is each part? Again, 1/8. And I'm just checking to see. Oh, okay. So our thing says that we can also draw it like this. So we can draw the same rectangle. Ooh, let's try it. Same rectangle, and we can draw it this way instead. So let's do blue. Wow, really bad at drawing. Sorry, guys. So 1. I don't know why it's not letting me, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they just drew, so here, we'll make it a little longer so then you can see it. So they drew on their paper to make it the lines just keep doing columns, which is okay. That's fine. So they did columns like that. All right. Guided practice. Dividing shapes into equal parts. Study the example below, then solve problems 9 through 11. A rectangular game board is divided into the same size squares. There are 5 rows. Each row has 4 squares. What fraction of the whole game board does each row cover? So each row, so it's 1 row out of 5 rows. So it's 1/5. So each row covers 1/5 of the game board. Kevin has a rectangular garden. He wants to divide it into 12 equal sections. Show one way to do this. So we can do, let's do thicker lines. We're going to do green this time. Okay. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, so we have 6. And then, okay, how many sections are in each row? So let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each row. And there are 2 rows. So we know that we have 2 rows of 6. And I'm just going to make sure that they, okay, yeah. So 2 rows of 6. And I'm just going to actually add comma. There are actually, let's do 2 rows of 6, and then I'm going to put a line or enter. There are 6 sections in each row because they want to know what's in each row. So that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were correct and on the same page. So 2 rows of 6, there are 6 sections in each row. All right. Shade 1/3 of the rectangle below. How many size squares covers 1/3 of the rectangle? Okay, let's see first. Whew, excuse me. Shade 1/3 of the rectangle. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so we can shade it. So it wants 1/3. So here's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. So that must be the rows that we're doing. So we need to shade 1/3 of it. Here's 1/3. Perfect. Okay, how many size squares cover 1/3 of the rectangle? Well, how many did we just color? And I'm actually going to undo that to show you 1, 2, 3, 4 we covered. So our answer is going to be 4 same sized squares. Boom. Okay, number 11. A rectangle is divided into 2 rows. Each row is divided into 6 same size squares. What fraction of the whole rectangle is each square? Circle the letter of the correct answer. Okay, so a rectangle is divided into 2 rows. Wow, that was really bad, but you get my point. 2 rows. Each row is divided into 6. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay. What fraction of the whole rectangle is each square? Each square. Okay. Not each row, each square. So that's 1 out of how many altogether? 12. Good. So our answer will be D, 1/12. Okay, Ben chose A as the correct answer. How did he get that answer? Let's see what he chose. He chose A, so he chose 1/2. Oh, so what he did, so Ben chose A because he thought the question asked for him to find the fraction of the row and not the whole rectangle. All right, independent practice. We are at the end and our video might cut out, but that's okay. I will put in one more video. Okay, solve the problem. A rectangle is divided into 15 same size squares. How many squares cover 1/3 of the rectangle? All right, so I'm gonna draw this out on my paper. So, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna divide out, wait, what did it say? 15 same size. Okay, so we have 15. How many squares cover 1/3? Let's see. Okay. All right, I'm gonna draw a square, or a rectangle. It's 15. So, okay, I drew it down here, okay? And our video is going to end and I will continue in just a moment.